Hello, my name is Brandon, and welcome to Retro Reactions, a place where I experience amazing music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s for the very first time. And today we're going to be traveling all the way back to 1976 to listen to Robbery, Assault, and Battery by the amazing Genesis. I think this might be the least popular song on the album, according to many, but it's Genesis, so I'm sure it's still going to be amazing. Here we go.
The streets were deserted, though the police were alerted. They considered the phone call a hoax. Furtively glancing, then jauntily prancing, the youth caught the guards unaware. Slipping between them, he ought to have seen them. The eyes and their own are so near. With torch shining bright, he strode on in the night till he came to the room with the safe. Hello, son, I hope you're having fun. You got it wrong, sir, I'm only the cleaner. That he fired are the same as he died. You done me wrong, it's the same old song. Forever, forever. Robbery, assault and battery, felon and his felony. Robbery, assault and battery, felon and his felony. He picked up the diamonds and bundles of fibers. He pushed them well down in his sack. But the alarm had been sounded. He was completely surrounded, but he had some more tricks up his sleeve. Come outside with your hands held high. You'll not get me alive, sir, I promise you that, sir. That he fired, we are the same as you died. You done me wrong, it's the same old song. Forever, forever. Robbery, assault and battery, felon and his felony. Robbery, assault and battery, felon and his felony.
Looks like Tony's coming in, so I'll pause it right there. Wow, this song's very different. Doesn't sound like any other Genesis I've heard, really. Doesn't sound like the first four songs on the album that I've heard either. Really interesting tangent here going on. This song sounds very theatrical, especially the chorus parts. Very catchy, but very theatrical, very different. I like the accent Phil's using to sing this one. Obviously, he's playing a character, and I believe that's hearkening back to his Oliver time. He did that as a younger man or a teenager. I don't even know, a child. I don't know when he starred in Oliver on stage. So I think there's references to that stage play, the fact that Phil was in it, the fact that there's, thievery, robbery in that musical. I'm very familiar with it. I did lighting on it at one point and have seen the movie a couple times. So I like that, just kind of telling this fictional tale in his own unique way, in Genesis' own unique way, but again, referencing possibly that old stage show. I really love the bouncy, happy feeling of this one, especially right from the start. That caught me off guard. Again, very unique. It's kind of in its own lane in this album, I think, and it's probably meant to be that way. I don't know what the rest of the songs are, but this one's very unique. I'm hearing all the instrumentation and all the instruments equally in this one, and they're working together seamlessly to carry the story on. It's a fictional tale. It's about robbery, assault, and battery, obviously. I'll check out the lyrics in a little bit, but just really love the whole vibe of this one. Very, very different, and different from the rest of the ones I've heard so far. So let's finish it off.
His felony. I'll stay out of jail for paying my bail. And after I'll go to the court of appeal, saying you done me wrong. It's the same old song forever, forever. Done me wrong, same old song. Done me wrong, same old song. Done me wrong, same old song.
Wow, I'm almost expecting an intermission or a curtain call after that number. I love that, you know. I can see why it may not be everybody's cup of tea. Again, very different sounding for Genesis, in my opinion, and very different sounding from the other ones in this album. But me, you know, loving music for musicals, I resonate with this completely, and it was really unexpected. Again, I didn't know what I was going to get into, but it was very, very enjoyable. I've often talked about a lot of the songs I'm hearing being timeless. Well, this one sounded very 70s to me, and I just absolutely love it for that. It's Genesis, so as expected, a lot going on here. I believe Tony was the main writer of this song, and he had so much great work in here, as always. I love the first main solo. Very, very, very fast work. It was extended. It took its time, but it was going real fast, traveling around from left to right. Absolutely adored it, as I always adore his solos. I noticed they were messing with the time signatures in those solos. They love to do that, and it just makes it stand out and catch your attention even more than it already does with the great playing. So love that part. Then we got more storyline, you know, more greatness from Phil, and then we got a second solo from the synth. That sounded amazing, and I love in that section how they were switching back and forth from major to minor chords. Just absolutely incredible. Again, catches your ear so much more, and I love them for that. I also noticed some great choir sounds way in the background there. I don't know if it was in the second solo or later on in the song, but really appreciated that. Don't know if it was real singers, but it's kind of sounded like it came from a synth, choir sounds from a synth. So again, just another ingredient in this wonderful jam-packed musical theatrical type song. So anyway, gonna check out the lyrics, see what they're about. I'll be right back. It's interesting because this is clearly a tragic story about a criminal and the results of his actions, yet it's presented in a light-hearted, almost comical way, and I think that's due to the upbeat music, the bouncy feeling, the quick feeling of the song, and the vocal delivery of the amazing Phil. So really interesting story. You know, the main character, basically typical crime, he sneaks into a building, breaks in a building to rob it. Then he encounters a guard and kills him. That's tragic in itself. He gets his prize, the diamonds and the cash, but, you know, the police have been alerted. He's surrounded and ends up killing another. Again, tragic, very tragic. He escapes but vows to come back and admits that one day he'll probably be caught and put on trial. So it's just this vicious cycle of crime that he's addicted to and can't stop, you know, even if it leads to murder. I see that the line, "You've done me wrong," is used a lot in this song, always from the point of view of the true victims, you know, the ones being murdered. But in the end, it's flipped over and the criminal says, "You've done me wrong" to the courts. And, you know, to me, that's talking about, you know, the concept of playing the victim card, how a lot of people do that unjustly in life. And here it is presented here. It also could be a criticism of the justice system at the time in England by the band or by Tony. Not quite sure how it was like back then in the 70s, but, you know, I see a lot of irony in that last section. So there's some kind of hidden criticisms going on, or maybe hidden subtle messages in those lyrics, and maybe throughout. But anyway, interesting tale, theatrical for the most part, as far as the lyrics as well. Fits with the theatrical music, so really cool song. Okay, another Genesis gem. I'm going to rate this one 5 golden records. Yes, Robbery, Assault, and Battery by Genesis, 1976. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. And don't you forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below if you wish to chat with me or just help the channel grow. Would love your support there. Would also love to know your thoughts on this song in particular, and of course this album, which one's your favorite. But pretty much all the songs I've heard from this album have been absolutely excellent, and really appreciate all the elements put into them, all the creativity and mastery put into them as a foursome without Peter Gabriel, you know. So anyway, excited for the rest of the album and for the next one. I think that's probably just as brilliant. Anyway, you take care, stay safe, stay hydrated, and remember to let peace, calm, and light into your day and night. And I will see you next time in the past.